What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So I want to go ahead and say, I know yesterday's free picks were trash. I selected wrong, man. Now, yesterday overall was phenomenal. We had a great opening day for MLB. We had a decent night of NBA as well. It was just unlucky for the free picks yesterday because they just happened to be the ones that I selected that missed. So I will show you guys some of these wins from yesterday. And we'll start with our MLB. So we had some money lines yesterday. We had the Mariners, and then we had the Phillies. I parlayed these two money lines together. So right here is made plus 161 odds. I will say baseball money lines usually are more consistent than NBA. They're not quite as volatile. Now, this is professional sports. Any team can beat any team on a given day. But for the most part, man, the odds stay better and the games are closer. So that's why I like playing MLB money lines. So you'll see a lot of these. I did sweep the board in the money lines. I straight betted the Mariners. And then I straight betted the Phillies as well, which was pretty sweaty. Profited about $300 overall on those three slips. And then we did do our correlation yesterday. So this is the big money maker for us in terms of baseball. We will make a bag on correlation slips. So if you guys are new to baseball, or if you've tried correlation on NFL, like most apps don't allow it. Prizepicks does, and they're giving good payouts right now. A lot of the slips we played were 10Xs. Now, this one wasn't quite a 10X. Ended up being like a 7.5X or something like that. But a 7.5X I'll take all day. I'm telling you guys, within the next week and a half, 2 weeks, I won't be able to do these for this type of payout because we'll cash so many of them. We'll cash sometimes 3 to 4 in a day. Sometimes we only cash 1 in a day, and we'll post like 10, so you break even. But a lot of the times, guys, we'll cash 3 or 4 of these a day and make 20 or 30 units in one day profit on these correlation plays. So this is one huge thing for baseball. I'm telling you guys, if you're not in our Discord, this is what you want to join for before it gets nerfed, because it's going to get nerfed. It gets nerfed every single year. We usually get about a week or two out of it before it gets nerfed. So we're going to be playing a lot of these. Probably play one for almost every single game. If you have a small bankroll, don't play them. If you can't play all of them, don't play them. If you try to pick and choose the ones that you want to play, you will not profit because you will pick. We're going to post probably 10 of these a day. Like I said, probably one for every game. We only have to hit one on most days to break even. If you hit more than one, then you're going to cash out and 10x your money. Last night, we didn't post that many. We did profit on them, but we were one off hitting a couple. So very, very close to having an insanely good night. But overall, man, these correlation slips are going to be where the money's at. If you want to get them, get them. This was obviously 75 to win 560. We did play some chalkboard slips. I did play something a little different yesterday. I tried buying down I tried playing a really low payout on chalkboard. I've never really done payouts for like a 1.6x because I don't feel like value's there. Risking 125 and only won $78 on it. So I was like, don't know if I want to do that. But I'm going to keep trying this, man, because that was the free slip I played in a while. That cashed like really, really easily. Now, we cashed Zach Wheeler and Jordan Poole, $100 to win 211. SGA, we had the taco from the other day with Chris Sale, $100 to win 200. We had a 3-man over on Underdog. This one cashed with Valdez, Green, and Skeens. All of them getting at least 5 innings. Hero and Daniels cashed this last night. And then we had Witt Jr. and Bride from the Marlins, 75 to win 150. So overall, guys, yesterday was fantastic. If we have another day like that today, I'm going to be ecstatic because that will be tons of bankroll being made. My bankroll went up about $1,000 yesterday across my apps. So overall, if I'm making $1,000 profit every day, I'm going to be a happy camper. But anyways, guys, I do want to jump in to picking our winner from yesterday's video. I'm going to do this in every single video. If we get 250 likes, I pick a random comment down below to win a free month of our VIP. So make sure you guys drop a like down here, drop a comment. You got to be subscribed to win. Hit the sub button, and let's pick our winner from yesterday's video. So winner for yesterday is going to be for our man, Chase Higgins, who said, "My dog, best in the biz." Well, Chase or Chaz Higgins, send me a message on Discord, dude. I got you a free month of VIP. I appreciate you, man. Really do. Appreciate everybody that watches. I know sometimes I do ramble in these videos. I'm not the best at getting some information out of there. I'm not the best speaker, but I'm getting better, man. And I'm going to keep making these videos, and I appreciate the love and support. If you guys do want to get all of our plays, head on over to our WAP or our Patreon. Links down in the description. I'm telling you guys, for less than $1 a day, getting these baseball and NBA plays, like right now, is the best time of the season. This is better than when NFL is playing. This is better when there's football and basketball at the same time. Baseball and basketball is the most profitable time of the year for me personally. And I usually make a killing during this time of the year. So if you guys want to get in while we're hot, I'm telling you, You're not going to regret it. And like I said, it's less than $1 a day. If you're not going to pay for VIP, at least join the Discord for free, guys. I do give out free giveaways. I do tournaments and stuff like that in the Discord. If you guys want to be a part of that, links down there. It's free to join. Would love to have you in it. If you want a free month of VIP, sign up for any partnered app. Chalkboard, Underdog, Sleeper, Better, Parlay Play, NOVIG, and Dabble. Any of those 7 apps get you a free month. Use our code, make the minimum deposit, send me a screenshot, and I'll get you guys added for sure. They do stack. You can get 7 months for free. Let's jump into these plays. Now, I told you guys yesterday that I'm not going to be splitting these videos up in baseball. Now, me and Ace typically break these free pick videos in. I'll do a few picks, and then he'll do a couple or a few or whatever. I didn't relay the information to him not to do baseball today, just to keep it NBA. So once again, we are going to have 2 baseball picks. Hopefully they do better than we did yesterday. I know yesterday the baseballs missed, but don't let that be a hindrance for playing MLB, because I mean obviously we're going to miss some plays, but for the most part it's going to be extremely profitable this season. But anyways, guys, I'm going to go over the NBA plays, and then we'll go jump over to baseball. I got 2 baseball picks that I like for you guys tonight too. So anyways, jumping into NBA, pick number 1. Pick number 1 for NBA is going to be from the Charlotte side of things. So looking at the games, guys, we've got Cavs and Pistons. That one should be a pretty good game. Cavs are on a back-to-back. They're playing in Detroit. I think this stays competitive, man. The Cavs have not been playing that good. Like, they have been keeping it close with about every single team, including teams like the Nets. So, like, I think Pistons have a chance of beating them tonight, especially being on a back-to-back. So be wary of that game. I think it's going to be a good game to target. Clippers-Nets. That one scares me. I'll probably avoid that. I'm not taking Cam Johnson today. I know Cam Johnson's been my wagon. Today, I'm not going to be taking him versus the Clippers, personally. We got Hornets-Raptors. I think that's going to be a close game, and I think that's a good game to target in terms of stats allowed. So I do like this play, which I'll show you guys in a minute. Knicks and Bucks should be competitive. Should be a good game. I like that one. Suns and Timberwolves should be competitive. Warriors-Pelicans, that one's probably going to be a blowout. Zion and CJ are both missing tonight. So, or as of right now, we know how that goes. They could get ruled in any moment now. But anyway, I think the Warriors could end up blowing out the Pelicans. Then we got the Jazz and Nuggets. Jazz are on a back-to-back. Nuggets are probably going to smash them. But anyways, first pick of the day is on the Hornets side of things. So what I'm taking today is going to be our man Miles Bridges. I like Bridges tonight mainly because there's no LaMelo. And I got this line at 32.5. You can get it where you want. Taking his PRA over 32.5. So you can see he's cashed it 6 of his last 10. He's only cashed it 1 of his last 5 games. Now, what we're going to do, we're just going to do games without LaMelo Ball. Because LaMelo is missing. He's out. Right ankle sprain, whatever. Obviously, they're missing Brandon Miller, missing a lot of players. Looking at the Raptors side of things, R.J. Barrett's resting tonight. Grady Dick's still out. Brandon Ingram's out. Missing a lot of their players as well. I think the game still stays competitive, personally. Now, looking at our man Miles Bridges, he has cashed this in 11 of 17 games without LaMelo, and he's averaging 36 PRA. So, Raptors give up decent amount of stats, 19th, 19th, and 9th. I know that's not a ton. If you look at the guard positions, they give up a little bit, well, it depends on which guard position you're looking at, so it's not a big deal. Small forwards, they give up middle of the pack everywhere. Power forwards, they give up a ton of stats. And the centers, they give up a ton of stats. So, Mark Williams is another good play. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys, I had a hard time picking between the ones I want. So, I'm going to leave it up to you guys. For me, for the free picks, what I'm just going to put down is going to be Miles Bridges. But I like Mark Williams, 23.5 points and rebounds as well, if you guys want to risk it. I'm going to be playing that prop sometime today. So I'm just going to throw it out there. I'm going to lock the play in. I think they both cash, and I like the play for both. But Miles Bridges is more consistent, in my opinion, and Mark Williams has chalked me several times. So I'm a little weary of taking our man Mark Williams. But anyway, Miles Bridges, 36 PRA. I'm going to pull it up over here on Props Madness. Take a look at the scoring chart. You can see he's got a yellow and orange matchup everywhere. There's not going to be a ton of stats given up or a ton of green areas or anything like that. 39% of his shots are going to be under the rim, 18% in the paint, 3% mid-range. And then he's going to shoot 40% from behind the arc, which is all yellow. 33% hit rate from similar players. And then by position, 60% had cashed versus the Raptors. So, like it a lot for our man Miles Bridges without Melo, obviously. Tons of usage. He's been killing it this season, and I'm going to give him another chance. If you look at Mark Williams over here, he shoots 81% under the rim, 18% in the paint, and then he shoots his other percentage pretty much mid-range. So, A lot of the shots are going to be under the rim. 73% of similar players have cashed, and then by position, 67% of centers have cashed. So it is an insanely good matchup for Mark Williams, which is another reason I like him. I'll pull this up. We can look at it so you guys can make your own judgment on this, which one you want to play. I'll just put both of them as free picks. We'll just say we have 3 NBA. If they both miss, I'm going to be really upset, though, if this is a blowout. That's why I didn't want to give both of them as a free pick, because if it ends up being a really bad game and a team gets beat by like 40 or something, I would hate to chalk 2 plays off of one game. That's why I try to stay away from it. But what I'm going to do, games without player, I'm going to do games without LaMelo, and then I'm going to do games with Miles Bridges. So without LaMelo and with Miles, 7 of 9 games he's cashed with a 78% hit rate, averaging 28 points and rebounds. So he kills it when Miles is playing, and if LaMelo isn't playing, obviously there's a ton of usage coming from him. It's a good matchup versus the Raptors. That's the one reason I like Mark Williams. So if you guys want to risk it with him, you can pick the one you want. You can play both of them. Totally up to you guys, but that is going to be our pick for today. I'm going to come over here to Predictive Profits. If you guys want to try out Predictive Profits, there is a 50% off link down in the description. It's code ACES. I'm going to pull up my man Miles. I guess Miles is on the board. Let's see if Mark Williams is on the board. Dang. So it seems like they don't have the Hornets on here yet. Anyway. I can't pull that up right now, but it is what it is. So that is going to be our first pick of the day, Miles Bridges, PRA, or if you want to get Mark Williams, you can do that as well. So Bridges, you can get him at 32.5. Oh, no. Okay, I'm about to say, at 32.5 on Parlay Play if you want to lock it in there. I don't know about Prizepicks. Let's take a look. So you get a bump down or 1 point lower on Parlay Play. So code Fantasy Aces on Parlay Play gets you a free month of premium. One of my favorite platforms out there by far. Like, honestly, probably is my favorite, this one in CHALKBOARD. But anyways, it is there. You get a better payout than you would on Prizepicks for a better price. So let's go ahead and pull up Mark Williams, see if they have him actually at the same price. So you can get Mark Williams 23.5 if you want to play that. So just pick the one you want, guys. If you don't play them both in the same parlay, obviously, they're going to be fighting for stats. But that's pick number 1 and 2 if you want to consider it that way. Let's jump into our next play. The next play is going to be a discounted line for NBA. What I'm taking is going to be our man KD. So I'm taking Kevin Durant. I'm taking his PRA, and I'm buying it down. So his original line is 35.5. You can buy him down to 29.5 for a goblin play. KD with a 29.5. When they're missing Bradley Beal is pretty much a lock. Now, obviously, there's no such thing as a lock. I use that word. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I don't use that word very often, but this is as close to a lock as you can get. KD has cashed just 8 of his last 10. He's cashed it 85% of games on the season. They're playing a competitive matchup in Minnesota. The game should stay competitive. Head-to-head, KD's cashed it 7 of 9 games versus Minnesota. He averages 36 PRA. So this season, they've played 2 games. He had 40 and 42 PRA. Now, if we come over here and we do games without player, games without Bradley Beal, it is 83% at 15 of 18 games. Head-to-head data versus Minnesota. They played 1 game back in 2023 where he had 43 PRA. So Bradley Beal gives KD and Devin Booker a lot of usage. We already know that. Minnesota doesn't give up a lot of stats. If you go to power forward, it's 9th, 6th, and 2nd. So they're not going to give up many stats at all. But, I mean, it's KD, bro. KD's been killing it as of lately. He's been taking a lot of shots. He's been scoring 30 points a game for the last 3 games, 42 points that one game versus Cleveland. So this is going to be this is hot KD right now. So I'm going to pull it up on Props Madness. Sorry, your boy's coughing. I'm struggling. But go here to Phoenix versus Minnesota. We're going to click Kevin Durant. Then we're going to look at the matchup. So he has a yellow matchup under the rim where he shoots 15%. Yellow matchup in the paint where he shoots 26%. He has a 23% of his shots mid-range, which is a green matchup. And then he has 36% of his shots from behind the arc, which is orange and yellow. So not perfect, not ugly. If you average it out, it's about yellow across the board, which I'm okay with having a yellow matchup. 67% of similar players have cashed versus Minnesota. And then 53% of power forwards have cashed versus Minnesota. So overall, matchup looks pretty good. KD without Bradley Beal. Kind of got to give him a chance at 29.5 PRA. That's a really good price for this, in my opinion, especially getting it at a 1.2x. I think it should actually probably be lower payout than that. But for a goblin play, I'll take this all day. Kevin Durant, you can play him with Miles Bridges. You can play him with Mark Williams, and you can get a double up more than a 2x right here. So I'll be locking this slip in either with Miles or Mark Williams. I'm not sure which one I'm going to lock him in with yet, but I will be locking him in, and he's going to be our second pick for NBA. So next play, we will be jumping over. And look, Mark Williams just got bumped, which is crazy. So I'd lock that in while you can. If you plan on playing him, I'm going to try to get him real quick, probably on parlay play real fast before he gets bumped. But anyways, next play is going to be for MLB, the next 2 picks. So we're jumping over to the baseball side of things. So first pick of the day. Well, before I do any of that, I do want to come over here to the baseball hit, the MLB hitter fantasy scoring because I am playing one hitter fantasy score. So the way this works, if a batter hits a single, he gets 3 points. A double's 5, a triple's 8. He hits a homer, obviously he gets 10 points. If he scores a run, he gets 2 points. If he gets walked, he gets 2 points. So if he gets walked and it somehow scores a run off of it, he'll have 4 points. If he bats a runner in, he gets 2 points. HPB 2 points. Stolen bases 5 points. Pretty much self-explanatory. All of it's here. If we're doing hitter, pitcher, fantasy scores down here as well. So what I'm locking in for our first pick, you guys can already guess. We are getting is going to be hitter fantasy. So we're taking our man Xavier Edwards. So I'm taking Edwards today, taking him over 6.5 hitter fantasy score on Prizepicks. Now, he's cashed this in 7 of his last 10 games, 7 straight games. We're looking at last season. Obviously, you can't look at too much of last season. So looking at it, he cashed it 67% of games last season. 2025 season, yesterday, he had 8 fantasy score. So dude has been a menace, man. He's an up-and-coming star. In my opinion, this line is going to be well over 8 towards the middle of the season. So we're getting a good discount right now. He's been killing it. He's a switch hitter. He's a leadoff hitter for the Marlins. He should have a good game tonight. He's playing against a mediocre pitcher at best in Mitch Keller, so this is going to be a good matchup for him. He is batting a .328 with 31 stolen bases last season. So we just saw a stolen base is 5 points, man. If he gets a hit and a stolen base, he automatically cashes. So with a 5-point stolen base or a walk, they might try to walk him. Pitchers will do that a lot, man. If they're scared of a batter, they'll just walk the batters. That way he can't hit a homer. So you got to watch out for things like that too. He could get walked and then steal a base, and he cashes it right there easy. There's several chances for Edwards to cash this line. I really like this line right now at 6.5, so I've got to lock him in. So Xavier Edwards is going to be our first MLB pick of the day. If you want to fade it, obviously you can fade it. I really like this matchup. Mitch Keller, you can see, versus Miami. He gives up 6.35 earned runs per 9 innings. And then he had 4.7 strikeouts per 9. So dude's not a high strikeout pitcher, especially versus Miami. And then he gives up a lot of runs. So the dude is getting killed versus Miami, or he did last season. And I do see him getting killed today against Edwards. So let's pull this play up. I am going to see if you can get him over here on parlay play for fantasy. So they don't have it for fantasy, which is okay. I mean, they have NBA fantasy, but they don't have baseball fantasy right now. So that's fine. Most apps don't. But I did just want to check that real quick. So Xavier Edwards is going to be pick number 1. Mark Williams went back down. Yay. So Edwards, 6.5 hitter fantasy is locked in right there. So for our second baseball pick of the day, we are going to take our man Kyle Freeland. So we're taking another pitcher score. Pitchers or a pitcher prop. Pitcher props are my favorite props to play in baseball. Like, I like these hitter props and stuff, but pitcher props are my favorite. I love playing pitching outs. We're taking Kyle Freeland over 14.5 pitching outs. So we're betting on it a bet to pitch at least 5 innings. So he's cashed his 7 of his last 10. 2024 season, he cashed his 15 of 21 games, averaging 16 innings pitched, or 16 outs pitched per game. So there's several games where he pitched right at 7 innings. He should be able to get 5 innings versus Tampa Bay. Now, Tampa Bay is not a bad hitting team. Colorado is not a good team at all, or they weren't last year. We'll see how they do this year, but I don't think they're going to have much more success. Versus Tampa Bay, I think he's going to get 5 innings. So there's no head-to-head data to show it from last season. He's averaging 5.24 ERA, which is earned runs average. So he gives up 5.24 earned runs per 9 innings. If he pitches 6 innings, obviously it's not going to be 5 per game, but it'd be 5 per 9 innings that he pitches. Same thing for strikeouts. He gets quite a few strikeouts. He's getting almost 7 Ks per 9, so he's not quite a strikeout per inning pitcher, but Kyle Freeland should be able to get 5. That's the way I'm looking at this. Looking at his pitches last season, he averaged 84 pitches per game, so he doesn't have a long leash. A lot of these games, if he's getting lit up, he's going to get pulled early. But if he gets anywhere between 80 and 90 pitches, 5 innings at 90 pitches is that's a lot of pitches for 5 innings, man. We need him to pretty much get 20 pitches per inning almost, and he should be able to cash us out. So I like this play. 4-man Kyle Freeland. I'm going to lock him in, or I've already got him locked in actually over 14.5 pitching outs, and we'll see if he is over here on parlay play. So pitching outs, you can get him at 14.5. You can play it with whatever you want. It is a 1.45x. The payouts on these pitcher props are a little weird. You're never going to get like a exact 1.75x or anything like that. They'll be a little bit higher, a little bit lower. So don't look at it as like a goblin play, even though it might show up as a goblin on Prizepicks. And Mark Williams gets bumped again. This thing's just going to get bumped everywhere. But so it's probably going to be a goblin if I had to guess. Yeah, 14.5. So it is there. But anyways, guys, those are our 4 picks for today. 5 picks if you want to count it that way. So we got Miles Bridges, 32.5 PRA, which you can get over here on a parlay play. We got Kevin Durant over 29.5 PRA as our goblin for NBA. We have Mark Williams, 23.5 PR if you want to take him. Then we have Xavier Edwards and Kyle Freeland. They took Xavier Edwards over 6.5 hitter fantasy. And then we took Kyle Freeland over 14.5 pitching outs. I'm feeling the sweep, man. Just don't play both of these at the same slip. Don't do that. One of these is probably going to end up pulling some bull crap on me. I can feel it. And so sell the sweep. Just because I decided to take 2 Charlotte players. I can see it happening. But if you guys want to fade one of them, fade the one you don't like, play the ones you like. Trust your gut on this, guys. Gut feeling is a huge thing in this too. But anyways, I appreciate all the love and support from you guys. Make sure you join our Discord if you haven't already. It's absolutely free. Link down in the description. Hope you guys cashed all your slips. And I'll see y'all in tomorrow's video.